Alright guys, let's take a look at Velodrome Finance for the first time on this channel. Do not confuse that with Aerodrome Finance, which I did a video on yesterday. Now, they are related in some way. Actually, Velodrome is the older of the two. But again, this one is pumping today, so I want to take a look at it. Now, if we take a look at this resistance here, guys, you can see it basically formed when most other cryptos form their resistances on about February 2nd, plus minus a few days maybe. And it got a rejection back in May. There was a few days it tried to break through, could not do it. And today you can see that it actually tried to push through today, but it failed. Now, keep in mind, this has pumped from about 4.7 cents all the way up to about 6.3 where it is right now. That's not including this wick up here at almost 7 cents, guys. So it's come a long way in a few days. I don't think this is the end, of course. It just probably needs a little bit of cool off, so we do need to take a look at some of the technicals. However, I do want to point out one more thing here. Let's put this on a weekly time frame, and let's zoom out just a bit here. Now, I do have a box up here that you can see. It needs to clear to be mega bullish, and if I show you the chart, guys, basically from the beginning of time, in the beginning, it actually couldn't cross 21.7. Hit this several times, got a rejection, came all the way down here, guys, to about 3 cents. Got another run up here. Now, it did cross this, but when it fell back, it got rejected here a couple of times and had a mega pullback. Now, again, it made another run. It made it actually, up to about 25 cents. But when it fell back, that next week it made another attempt at 21.7 basically and failed. So 21.7 is really key here. Now, we are a long way from that, guys. I'm not saying we're going to be there tomorrow or even next week. You never know. It could be, but 21.7 is the most important, number on this chart. Now, jumping over to the volume profile, guys, I want to show you this in the entirety first because there are a few wicks up here, but you can see that the volume is almost nothing. So let's kind of zoom out here, get rid of those wicks a little bit. And yeah, you can see that we are right here. We're just about to get above this big candlestick. And basically, once we clear, let's just say 6.6 cents, probably get through this resistance, guys, it's going to get a lot easier to go up. So basically, this candlestick, the next one, it's about 45% of the size of this large one right here. So again, it's not too bad. I do think it'll cut through this relatively smoothly. After that, you can see that, basically at 8.3 cents, the volume is just really, really, really low. Now, looking at the Bollinger Bands on a weekly time frame, guys, look at this. We are actually pretty narrow over here. I know it's a little bit hard to see. Let me zoom in and just show you over here. But it's not really pinching in, I would say. Now, if I zoom out and we just look at this time, you can see that this is much more thicker. And it actually got a pretty good little run here. So, and if we go here, I still think this is a little bit more thicker than what we have right now. And look at the run it got. It actually got the biggest run of all. And if we go back more in history, yeah, we don't really have any other instances here. But yeah, we may be starting to get a little bit of a run here. But again, it really isn't pinching. But it actually didn't even really pinch here either. But it is squeezing together a little bit more than usual. Now, jumping over to the RSI and stochastic here, the stochastic, actually, the blue line has just crossed the red line to the downside, unfortunately, on a weekly time frame, so that is not so good. It is in neutral territory, but again, it's probably going to go down, although the RSI is pointed up and right dead in the middle, guys. Now, taking a look at the daily time frame, it is actually starting to get overheated here on stochastic, and the RSI is just playing with being overheated as well. So not good really. It's probably going to turn around soon, unfortunately. Now the 4-hour time frame overheated on both the RSI and stochastic. Again, the blue line has crossed this red line on stochastic, so momentum will be down. Now the 1-hour time frame actually looks okay. The blue line has just crossed this red line. You can barely see it down here, guys, but very low, just got out of the oversold territory, and the RSI is just sloping up here. So maybe in the very, very, very short term, guys, I'm not going to look at this on the 15-minute time frame, but in the very, very short term, It may go up. I don't think it will have enough to get through this yellow line, but if it does, it'll probably stop here at 6.685 cents where this resistance is, I think maximum. Now looking at the tokenomics of Velodrome Finance, guys, this is number 716 coin, up almost 17% today. Now the max supply is infinite, but the circulating supply is just less than 1 billion, so that's actually pretty good, I would say. Although, you know, I would like it to have a max, that would be even better, but total supply is only 2.1 billion. Let's just hope they don't, you know, inflate this too much. Now, all-time high, it says, is about 40 cents, so it's about 85% down at the moment. And it says about 3 years ago you had 0.005573, so you've made like 1,000% if you bought it back then. Now, I couldn't find any chart that showed me 3 years ago. Maybe you could buy it on some decentralized, you know, exchanges. But yeah, I looked at maybe 4 charts, and they go back to like 2023 maximum. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I work with 10 exchanges, guys, and if you use my links, of course, I do get some small commission. It's very, very small, I'll go ahead and say. You can also find Moodix here and get a free 7-day trial, and you can follow me on X here, guys. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin today, you can see that it does have a little bit of a red candle. It did get a rejection here at these 2 daily resistances that are about $400 apart. And keep in mind, guys, it did try to break back into this flag. Now, I can get rid of this flag, of course, but I do want to keep this here just to show you how hard it is to break back into it, because this line, you can see, it supported the price of Bitcoin many, many times. So it is really a resistance. Now, if we take a look at the CME chart, it is at 116,955. So again, we are moving a little bit below that. We're about $500 below that. So if it were going to start, you know, trading actually tomorrow between Sunday and Monday, and it was at this price, guys, you would probably bet on a long for about $400 or $500 before you close that and see what happens. Now, guys, look at the Ethereum chart. This is amazing. Look at this zone, though, that I've marked off that it really needs to get above on a weekly time frame. It's well above that right now, guys. It is trying to break through $4,300. This is the last resistance that I have marked off. It's only about, what, $26 or $27 below this at the moment. I believe today it has actually, on other charts, pushed above this. But right now, like I said, about $25 below. And if it can hold that, guys, this is going to be really, really bullish for Ethereum. Now, in my opinion, I think Ethereum may get up to about $5,000 or $6,000. I would be surprised if it got to $7,000 this bull run. But the way it's been acting lately, guys, I mean, anything can happen. But right now, this is a very critical point where it seems to get rejected, and we still have another day, at least on the weekly, you know, trading time frame. Now, jumping over to the total market cap, you can see that basically we got a rejection at 3.9 trillion on a weekly time frame and 3.92 on a daily time frame. I have marked off some daily resistances and supports now on this chart just to show you. Now, sitting at 3.88 trillion, but again, we have moved up the last several days, so this is actually pretty bullish in my opinion. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, it's getting to a point where it's going to get to new all-time highs. So 1.62 trillion is the next resistance we have to break through, and then we have 1.71 trillion on a monthly time frame, and then after that, guys, it's pretty much all-time highs for the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. Now, one of the greatest charts I can show you today, guys, is the Bitcoin dominance. Now, I made an X post about this today. The last time on 21st July when we hit this line here, this support at 60.46, we got a bounce. It actually tried to get back up, and yeah, it ended up failing. At least, what, on the 7th of August, it broke this trend line, and, you know, these candles get kind of massive after that, guys. So yesterday I was a little bit worried because it did get support here, and today it actually broke that support. So it did not get the bounce, and that is the difference between last time and this time. So the next support is 58.61, guys. And that's going to mean lots and lots of money in lots of people's bags. Now another good thing, guys, is the USDT chart. So people are still spending their USDT. It's been down for the last several days. So this is good. The next support is 3.8%, but it is trying to break back above 4.31. So you can see last time it hung around, it hit this many times before it broke back up. But right now it is under this, line, so it's resistance at the moment. So if we can close this on a weekly time frame, that would be even better, I think. And then I think we're going to see more action to the downside. Now, oddly enough, guys, the altcoin season index has not really updated. It's a 43, so I'm really surprised it's still a 43. I just updated it right before I started this segment of the video, guys. Still a 43. Yeah, I don't know how much they updated on the weekends or how often it's updated, but again, it's still only a 43, and I think it's going to drastically change over the weekend, though. Now, liquidation heat map. Most people are getting liquidated with Ethereum. Like I said, it's pumping like crazy, and it's a very small amount of Bitcoiners actually getting liquidated, which, you don't really see such a difference that often. But again, we have almost 400 million being wrecked in the last 24 hours, so be careful. Now, fear and greed is at a 67. We do have the next update in the next 2 hours or so, and did drop a lot from yesterday. And I think it should probably go up because this is the crypto market. It's not Bitcoin, it's crypto market, and much of the market is going up. Now, bull market peak indicators, still 0 from 30, have been hit, so it's 100% hold at the moment. The best indicator is this Pi cycle top indicator, and again, we can zoom in all day long, but it still hasn't crossed. But once it does, we have to start thinking about selling. Now, jumping over to the economic calendar, guys, we do have CPI on Tuesday. On Thursday, we have PPI, and Friday, we got several numbers. Main numbers are from Michigan. Now, we do have some industrial production. We got retail sales, and we got New York Empire State Manufacturing Index, core retail sales as well. But main numbers on Friday would be Michigan numbers. So basically, Michigan, PPI, and CPI all next week will play a big part in this number right here, guys, if we're going to get a cut or not, or maybe we get a half-point cut. We just have to wait and see. Maybe this, flips and we have 89% thinking we're not going to get a cut at all. So anything can happen. We still have a lot of time before the next meeting in about 39 days, really. Now, the Moodix dashboard here is showing we do still have risk-off sentiment, but that trend is fading. On Friday, we actually had a pretty good day. So let's see what happens with CPI, PPI, Michigan numbers all next week. I do believe we will probably switch to risk on, which is crypto. Actually, a lot of people say crypto is still, risk off. Now, jumping over to crypto bubbles, you can see in the last hour we've turned red, actually. I just made another video on Altcoin, guys, and we were across the board green. Like I said, I made a video on Velodrome Finance yesterday. It's one of the bigger movers today, but Velodrome is actually moving a little bit more than it. Now, anyways, if you want to stake your coins, guys, it doesn't show anything for Velodrome here. I'm not sure if there's any staking anywhere. I don't have Velodrome personally. I don't think it's a bad coin. I just don't have it personally. I can't get every coin on the book, guys. But anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and like I said, use those links below, guys. And if you, trade, of course, I do get some commission. It's very small, but it helps keep this channel going. It helps keep me motivated. And guys, I really appreciate it. We are just a few shy of 1,500 now. So we had a pretty big push in the last day or so, and I really appreciate it for those who have subscribed recently. And keep them coming, guys. Share this with your friends and tell them about me. And I really, really, really appreciate it. So guys, I will see you tomorrow in the next one.